she's African American, but I have no idea. But I saw the video. She's like criticizing Korean people for not getting enough tan. Hi Kim, 알리부 어론. Because I'm a poser. Somebody spat on it to insult him for driving Japanese made. That some people just live to hate. It's quite sad. Welcome back to podcast. He's tired, but he's good. Just in case any of you are wondering about my jersey, I do not support New York. To be fair, I don't even watch baseball. Then why am I wearing Yankees shirt, jersey? Because I'm a poser. As I said before, I own a lot of uniforms slash jersey. So my worst addiction is hat. I own too many of them. My second addiction is uniform shirt. So I've been scolded by one of my friends who is African American. She scolded me for being a poser, having too many hats. She said, quote, every goddamn team. I wear the shirt of the team that I have no idea what that is. So, I mean, just I like the look. So just in case you're wondering, because especially New York, I've been asked if I support Yankees and whatnot, but no, I don't even follow baseball. I do follow basketball, NBA. I do follow football, aka soccer in American English. But I don't really watch them. I just follow the news. I don't have time to watch the full game. Anyway, so here I am, and I'm going to share a little bit of France story, and then move on to some other issues. Interesting fact I realized about France was that at the hotel, I was on the lift, and I was trying to, on the way up was fine, but on the way down to lobby, I got confused and I got off at the wrong floor twice. That's because in France, because it was my first time visiting France, and England was not like that. So on the lift, zero floor, there's a zero floor. Zero floor is ground floor. In Korea, ground floor is first floor, floor one. So I was confused. What is zero floor? I wanna find the exit. So I pressed floor 1F on the lift, and it was second floor. So I saw the rooms at the hotel, and it takes time to get used to the new system. So that happened twice. That happened twice to me, and I was like, okay. Then I asked my client, like, this number is a little bit confusing. So ground floor is sometimes it's G, and also lobby, ground floor is usually, if lobby is on the ground floor, I usually press 1F. Yep. But to be fair, in hotels, they have like a floor L, right? That's lobby. And the place I live now, it doesn't have a lift, but in Korea, just usually ground floor is floor 1F. So it was a little bit confusing, but interesting, kind of cute. Yeah. So for me, that was a fun fact. I'm going to talk about. This is going to be interesting to you people. I think it's quite interesting, but a lot of Koreans, they don't care. So when I went to France, and on my way to the hotel, I was observing a lot of things on the road, and I saw a Lexus. I saw a Lexus with a black guy driving with his arm out of the window, like with one hand, looking kind of cool with the sunglasses on, blah blah blah, and it's probably nothing to a lot of Koreans, but I want to talk about Lexus because Lexus is a car with a certain reputation in Korea. So when I came back from England and I went to grad school, then I started to notice some cars in Korea. Oh, I would also want to mention this. You know, when you come here, a lot of people say the same thing, and you would notice the same thing about the road and the cars when you come to Korea. More than 90% of cars in Korea, they are either white, black, or gray, except for taxi and buses. So it's very unlikely that you will see a red car. Like one of my friends told me that he was in Korea for 2 weeks. He said in Seoul, he said zero. He said he didn't see any red cars in Seoul for 2 weeks. And I thought, yeah, that is possible. Or green cars, or like a blue, not navy but blue cars. My friend said he saw none of them. So he noticed that like after 2 days or 3 days of being in Seoul, and then he was looking for the red car. And he said until he left, he didn't see any of those red cars in Korea. It's like, I agreed. I didn't think he was lying because it is very rare. So what I'm trying to say is, it might not be that extreme, like 2 weeks, no red cars for you, but you might see some. But usually 9 out of 10 cars are gray or black or white. There are 2 reasons for it. I only noticed this when I purchased my first car. My car is also navy. Navy is super rare too. So 2 reasons for Koreans picking white, black, and gray cars. One, we don't want to stand out because everyone else is driving monotones. If you buy yellow car, it will stand out. You will stand out a bit too much. I'm going to make an exception. If you drive something really expensive, like Porsche, Lamborghini, or Aston Martin, what else? Aston Martin, Porsche, something more expensive than Mercedes. It depends on the model, but generally speaking, with the brand, if you buy something above Mercedes, something more fancy, something more fashionable, yes, you will see the cars in, like, for example, you will see like a Porsche in baby blue. You will see a Lamborghini in yellow, which is signature color, or you will see a Ferrari in green, stuff like that. There are exceptions. I'm talking about average cars. Camaro, obviously, you will see like a yellow Camaro in Korea. Mustang too, but there are exceptions because muscle cars are very, 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 very rare in Korea. Also, we don't have Dodge, so you will never see Hellcat unless you personally import Hellcat by the ship. So it is super rare. We do have like a Charger. We do have Hellcat, yes, but it is super rare. In my entire life, I saw 2 Charger, 1 Hellcat and 1 Charger in Korea. Total 2 Dodge muscle cars. So those are exceptions. I'm talking about like average normal cars in Korea. Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, Audi, what else? Volvo, stuff like that. Also Kia, Hyundai, the Korean made, local made, Tesla also. Some Tesla owners have red cars. Tesla is a little bit different. But anyway, generally speaking, Koreans usually pick black, gray, and white because we don't want to stand out. Okay? And also, it's going to affect your... when you want to resell, like 5 years or 6 years, you want to sell the car, the color of your used car is like a yellow, something like that, you will get less money for it. So we don't want that either. So usually regardless of the brand, like a Mercedes, BMW, Kia, Hyundai. What else? Something normal. Volvo, Range Rover, Jaguar. Usually, they have a lot of monotone cars in stock. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna buy BMW, and then I want gray or black or white. I sign it, and the dealer, he would say, okay, so what you want is quite popular, so you will get your new car in a month. So please wait. You're on the list because you already paid for the deposit, blah, blah, blah. So 1 month, you can wait. But if I ask for red or navy, something other than these monotone colors, he would probably say, oh, you will have to wait 1.5 or 2 months because we usually don't ask for it. So that's what happened to my car as well, because my car is navy. My dealer was a little confused, like, are you sure you want navy? Stuff like that. So usually, but local cars are a little bit different. Hyundai, Kia, obviously it's local brand, so it'll be more flexible for you to just order the unique color. But your dealer would be like, oh, okay, are you sure? They would say, which is the second reason. One, we don't want to stand out because of the culture. We would just want to blend in. We don't want to be the guy who sticks out on the road. So the second reason would be it is easier to take care of it, like a car wash. Usually we don't have a yard or garage. We put the car in a washing machine in a gas station. And if your car is not black, white, gray, the machine is going to leave some mark, like a little scratch, but it's hardly visible. But if your car is like a red, it's more visible. So people say that these monotones are a lot easier to take care of. Also, it looks less dirty, which is also true. But I always wanted my first car gray and navy. So I still drive my first car and it's navy. And the little scratches, it stands out more. Yes, I agree. But I didn't want to be one of those the same drivers on the road. So it was my dream to have my first car in navy. So my car is navy, and my dealer was a little confused. Like, are you sure? Navy is that what you want? It's like, yeah. And then I had to wait longer compared to other colors. Like for example, when I signed contract for my first car, my dealer said, if you pick other monotones, you can get it. Like for example, like maybe next week. It's like, are you sure you want the navy? It's like, yeah, I do want the navy color. And it's like, okay, give me a month, I will find it. And then he called me back and said, in Seoul, in Korea, we don't have navy, but your car is the next shipment is like next month, and I will take the one navy car for you to make sure, and you will get it. But please wait. That's what happened. A lot of import cars, this kind of thing happens. If you want like a red or something like that, something stands out, blue, yellow, all those things, then you might have to wait. Kia, Hyundai, this rule doesn't apply because it's a local brand, and we have a lot of the cars in wherever they keep the cars. But also, as I said, Porsche, Aston Martin, all these fancy cars also different. So when I went to France, I saw a Lexus with a black guy and very cool looking, and I was like, oh, and I realized Lexus is kind of a cool car actually. But reputation in Korea, the Lexus in Korea, the reputation is like completely opposite. This is quite interesting. Pay attention to this. Okay, so I have a cousin. His first car is a Lexus. His first car is a Lexus hybrid. We are same age, and we are not car people. So he called me like, "Hey Jed, I'm trying to get a car." So okay. And I'm interested in Lexus. Like, okay. I love Lexus, but like, why are you? Because my mom used to drive a Lexus, and I love Lexus. Because I didn't have my car for a long time, and sometimes I borrowed my mom's car, and I was very happy. And usually Korean men, we like BMW or Mercedes, unless you can afford Porsche. But usually, Porsche is not very affordable for many people. For the average people, a lot of men, they dream about BMW and Mercedes. Like Lamborghinis and all of that is unrealistic for many, for average people like us. So Mercedes, BMW are very popular, and also Korean girls, they love that. Korean girls, they love men who drive Mercedes and BMW, or something more expensive. And my cousin said, I'm going to buy Lexus. I think it's like you wanna have like lunch and tea, and like, can we like talk about, like, can we chat about the car? It's like, okay. So we're gonna meet anyway, and we talked mostly we talked about the cars, and he's quite nerdy. So he spent like 2 months studying cars. So he said, I did a lot of research, and I don't have I don't get a bonus for the cars, but I want to have like a best car, so I don't have to worry about it for 15 years or hopefully longer. And it turns out with my budget, Lexus would be the best option. It's like, okay, what's the reason for that? And he said it doesn't cause any problem even after 10 years. Usually it's very, very stable. Also, it's hybrid. It's like 7 or 8 years ago. So hybrid was quite still new in the market. And because of this hybrid, gas money will be very fantastic. And also, I don't want to drive a local brand like a Kia Hyundai. I don't want that. It's just personal preference. It's okay. And I did the test drive, BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, Lexus. But Lexus felt the best. So it's like, that's an interesting choice. And he also said that I don't care about the girls. I was like, okay. I told him, girls love BMW, right? And BMW and Mercedes. Like, yeah, but I'm trying to drive my car, but I'm not trying to have sex with my car or in my car. So it's like, okay, that's very rational, and I'm with you. So we went together and signed the contract together. And his dealer, the Lexus guy, it was a little like interested, like because he was also my age, the dealer, the Lexus guy, and he found it quite interesting. Like after we signed it, he said, it is quite extremely rare that men in their 30s buying Lexus, right? He's like, yeah, but I think it's the best car. It's like, yeah, I understand that because I'm selling Lexus, but like he said something like, you don't want to get late, stuff like that, like as a joke. Because that's how it explains, like, Korean girls prefer. I mean, you cannot get laid just because you drive like Lamborghini. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes it works, but most of the times it doesn't work like that. But girls prefer BMW and Mercedes, right? Or Audi. Yeah. But I'm buying this car for me, not for my like a potential future wife. So it's okay. There's a reason why he asked that question, and he found it very interesting because also he mentioned the girls. Okay, so reputation of Lexus in Korea is quite unique. To me, growing up in England and watching a lot of Hollywood movies, American TV shows, and the fact that Michael Jordan's father, when he got kidnapped, he was driving a Lexus convertible. So that's the image I had about Lexus. Lexus is a sexy vehicle, also high performance or high-end brand. But in Korea, Lexus is a totally different car. We call it Gangnam Sonata. It means that it is so common in Gangnam area. And Sonata is like a model of Hyundai, and Sonata is very mid ride from Hyundai, and we call Lexus Sonata in Gangnam. Okay, so there are a lot of Lexus in Gangnam, driven by women, usually middle-aged women. Okay, so this is how it happened. Gangnam area is like a rich area in Korea. So these husbands, they drive nice cars. Not too crazy, but usually like a high-end model of BMW or Mercedes. Sometimes they drive a little bit more expensive, such as like a Porsche, or sometimes they drive like an Aston Martin, something like that, for like a daily car, like to go to work. So Gangnam husbands, they drive Beamer, Mercedes. And then here's the issue. Their wife needs car, of course, for the kids, to pick up the kids or grocery shopping, blah, blah, blah. So wife needs car, so they need a second car. But wives, they also have, women in general, especially in Korea, women are not so interested in cars. So we don't have a garage culture. So men are, also, I'm not very interested in car. So like so level of interest in Korea for cars is, I think it's a lot lower in general because we don't do our own like a maintenance for the cars. But at the same time, men are men. So a lot of Korean men, they are also into cars, but not in the deeper level, right? So it gets a lot deeper with women. Like women, they don't know anything about cars, which is not a problem, but they want import cars, the wives in Gangnam area, because they have money. And like usually when the marriage happens, the rich husband usually marries rich wife. So these wives have like a basic knowledge of cars, like which brand is more more expensive or high end. They have a reputation, blah blah blah. So for the wives, usually import brands are good. They don't want to drive Hyundai or Kia unless it's the most expensive model from the brand. So usually they ask for BMW or Mercedes. But the problem is the husband already drives BMW or Mercedes. And also what I heard, this might be wrong, this part of my story might be wrong, but what I heard from my friends is that even if you drive good cars, by BMW or Mercedes, after 5 years or 6 years, naturally car will cause some problems, which is natural. Not because the brands are bad, but you need to spend some money for the maintenance, right? After 5 years, like depends on the model, but you will have to spend some money to keep it going. But Lexus has a very good reputation of not causing any problems. Like, for example, my mom's car, her Lexus, it didn't cause any problem for like 16 years, like zero problems. So she was very happy with it. But the thing is, the husbands, they prefer having BMW and Mercedes because of the reputation. They like a sexy vehicle, blah, blah, blah. And also at the same time, it has more fun in driving. I don't know. They say that. Plus, because these cars tend to have a little bit of problem after 6 years, 7 years, and whatnot, they have an excuse to buy a new car. And when they have a big spending on things, usually they need wife's agreement, right? And then these husbands have a reason to change the car. Like, hey, honey, you realize that my BMW is causing a little bit of problem these days, and it's been like 5 years, 6 years. So I think it's because we have cash. I'd like to have a new car. And wives usually says, okay, if your car is causing some problems and our money is leaking for that, then you should buy a new car. And husbands are happy. So every 5 years, even less. The husbands, they keep changing the car because they're the Gangnam rich husbands. They do well with the money, so perfect. Wife, different. So the husbands, they have to buy the wife good car, import cars, like a good cars. So they usually go for Lexus because Lexus is an import brand, and wife is okay with the Lexus Obviously they also want BMW and Mercedes, but usually ladies don't really have a preferences as long as this brand is known to be high end and it is import brand rather than the Hyundai or Kia. They're happy, and then the husbands know that if you drive Lexus, your wife will be quiet for at least 10 years. She'll be happy with Lexus, and it will not cause any problems. So I don't know when it started. It started longer than more than 15 years ago. Lexus already had a reputation of Gangnam wife's car, which is like a second car of your house. So a lot of Lexus clients are middle-aged female. So when my cousin signed the contract for the Lexus, his his female friends teased him. Apparently, like you're driving, you'll be driving wife's car in your 30s. Like, what's up with that? Some of his friends said, are you driving your mom's car? Because he comes from money, so like it's like his mom was like a Gangnam ajumma, Gangnam wife. So like, are you driving your mom's car? Like, what's up with the Lexus? And also, what's funnier is my cousin's mom, her friends teased my cousin's mom because her son drives Lexus. Like, what's up with your son driving Lexus? Like, he's one of us, blah, blah, blah. It's like they had a laugh and stuff. So that's the reputation of Lexus brand in Korea. Big fan. I already said in previous video, I'm a big fan of Japanese things. Like, for example, I love the pen I've been using for like 16 years for my pointillism. I appreciate Japanese products because I trust the quality of Japanese made, regardless of what it is. So I have no problem with that, but my cousin had a hard time. Like, he was being teased many times for a while. Because that was his first car, and he bought his car quite late, and a lot of people teased him. I thought it was funny, but kind of cute at the same time. Also, he bought his car in winter. I think it was like November or December. And when you have a new car, it looks new. It's quite obvious, right? And one time he parked his car in his office, and it was a very cold day. And he came back to get his car. His parking lot was outside, so it was very cold outside. And he saw a scratch. And it was at the time that usually when our president is left wing, usually they are anti-Japan. So the relationship with Japan and Korea, it gets quite bad. And we had a boycott at the time. It was a long time ago. We had a boycott against the Japanese brands. Like, for example, people like boycotted for Uniqlo. I didn't care. It was nice because Uniqlo was at the time too popular. And when we had the presence from the left wing, the relationship with Japan got really bad. And some people, not all of us, some people had like a boycott, like, oh, don't buy Uniqlo. But I went in and bought. I had a nice shopping, relaxed. Some people don't care, regardless of your political stance. I'm not affected by this. At the same time, a lot of people try to boycott Lexus, but again, like car is not something that you buy every day. So some people just kept buying it, and it's a big decision, right? And there was an incident where this guy in his 40s or 50s, he smashed Lexus with a baseball bat. Like, he smashed like 2 or 3 of them, acting like a patriot. Like, oh, I hate Japan and I hate Japanese things. And he openly went on the car, stepped on the car, and he smashed the window and side mirror and blah, blah, blah. And it was on a news article. You can easily Google that. It's like how many years ago? Like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. So things are quite bad. At the time, my cousin, he signed the contract he bought new Lexus, and he was driving it already. and he saw big ass scratch on the body of his new Lexus. So he was shocked. And he was like, "Oh my God, what is this? Like, I need to find out. And there's no CCTV. Like, what am I gonna do?" And he touched the scratch, and scratch had like a little texture on it. It's like, what is this? And he pushed the scratch on the body of his Lexus. He pushed a little bit, and that scratch fell off from the body of his car. So it turns out somebody spat on it to insult him for driving Japanese made. So his car was safe. It was just a spit, and it was so cold outside. Somebody's spit got frozen. So it was not a scratch because it's white, and bubbles from the spit, and it froze. And it was very cold day, so he pushed it, and I was like, "Oh, is somebody's spit?" But he was happy because it was not a scratch. So it was interesting to see a cool black guy in Paris driving Lexus like this with the sunglasses on. It's like, oh, then I realized, oh yeah, and I thought about Michael Jordan's father when he unfortunately got kidnapped, and I remember the last time he disappeared, like got kidnapped, he was driving his Lexus convertible, and then oh yeah, actually Lexus was a kind of a sexy brand, used to be, but I live in Korea for so long, I forgot about that. Lexus became middle-aged wife's car to me because I live in Korea, and that's the reputation here. It was quite refreshing. It was quite funny. Yeah. Well, I think this is the big cities problem, not Paris problem, but Seoul the same. I realized I took a lot of Uber with my client in Paris. Driving in Paris seemed very, very tough. And also because of the road, it was very bumpy because the road is made with bricks, so it's bumpy. I got nauseous quite often because of the bumpy ride. To be fair, it looks really pretty, but the road in Korea is very flat, and it doesn't have any texture. But in Paris, it was very bumpy because of the bricks, but it looks good. It looks really pretty. But again, it was summer and it was hot, so it was new environment for me to be in a taxi like that. So I got nauseous quite often. And also I realized that it's not a problem for Paris only, but a big city problem. People drive very tough. Seemed a bit too dangerous to me anyway. And also people hardly use indicator. Seoul, the same, quite bad. Seoul, I hate driving in Seoul, especially taxi drivers. I really despise taxi drivers in Korea. So anyway, it was very tough. It seemed very tough. Did I tell you that Uber in Korea is illegal? Because taxi drivers are, I don't know how to say it nicely, but they're very selfish. They protested, blah, blah, blah. So we do have Uber, but it's basically taxi. It's not like I joined the app and I can drive people around, get paid a little bit with giving out some commission to the company. No, we cannot do it. We are not allowed to do it. So it is illegal to do so. And also when you download Uber, it's just another taxi app. Thanks to the taxi drivers. I don't have much respect for taxi drivers in Korea. Their reputation is not good. I know from the comments, some of you have a good experience from Korean taxi drivers, but usually there are a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but there are some drivers with criminal records, and they talk about politics a bit too much. For women, I think Korean taxi drivers can be. They are. I'm not saying they are, but especially if you're a foreigner, taking a random taxi in Korea, it can be a little shady. I wouldn't say dangerous, but a little shady. and a lot of them try to rip off foreigners. Still, it's 2025, but still people do that here. So anyway, these people are very powerful, so they had a big protest against the Uber. So we don't have Uber in Korea. I'm going to clarify this. You can download the app. You can find taxi here, but they're taxi drivers, not people like us, average people driving Uber. No. So that was my quick story share about France trip. I'm going to share little by little, but I already talked a bit too much. I'm gonna move on to something provocative. This is quite annoying. I usually try to stay away from negative stories, but I got this video clip from TikTok. I don't even have TikTok, but I saw this clip. I think this video is on Instagram as well now. This black female, she criticized Koreans for using the umbrella in summer because sun is too strong. And she said, "Oh, what's wrong with getting a little tanned? And you're a racist, blah blah blah." I don't know exactly. The video is like too dumb. I don't know how to describe this and call her without being rude. But this black plonker lady, she said, "Oh, what's wrong with being tanned a little? Like Koreans are so obsessed with being white, and this is racist, blah blah blah." It's like, bro, it's not always about you. This summer was very brutal in Korea, and I thought about using the umbrella for the protection of my skin. I'm not afraid of getting tanned. Obviously, Korean beauty standards, we prefer having a lighter tone, yes. But some people love getting tanned. I know someone in my social circle. He's like a 365 regular customer at a tanning shop. So he get tanned there every year, like whole year he get tanned. He has a very dark tone. He likes working out and blah blah blah. But generally speaking, yes, we prefer lighter skin tone. Yes, but in Vietnam it's the same. I think it's quite similar everywhere except for white people. In Philippines, they prefer lighter skin tone. In Thailand, they prefer lighter skin tone. In Vietnam, they do. Korea, they do. Japan, they do. Even China, they do. But it's not about being racist. It's not about racism. We have nothing against black people just because we don't like to get tanned too much. And also, I read that in Japan, more and more men are using umbrella for the sun in summer because it's getting too hot every year. It's getting hotter and hotter every year. And the sunlight is obviously, it could be dangerous for your skin. I use a lot of sunblock. I wear sunblock 365 for the protection of my skin because I don't want to get skin cancer. Especially I run in the morning. I want to protect my skin. I even tell my boys to use a sunblock to protect your skin because a lot of my homeboys, they don't use what do you call that? Foam cleansing. When you wash your face, a lot of my friends, they use soap to wash their face, and don't even use lotion. No skin, no sunblock. So my best friend, he doesn't care, and his wife, she tells him to wear sunblock at least. Just please use one lotion after your face and stop using the soap. It's a bit too tough for your skin. I bought this nice cleansing cream. Please use this cream when you wash your face. And after that, just one lotion is fine. Just please at least use one lotion. And then before you go to work, please use a sunblock because you're getting a lot of freckles and I'm worried about your skin. Just especially in summer, please use a sunblock. My friend is like, "Oh, I'm not a girl. It's too much work." So I even tell them like, please protect yourself, just in case you get skin cancer. Especially in summer, you have to use the sunblock. But he can't be asked. So not to mention umbrella, he will never use umbrella for the sun. But I'm going to confess, this year I wanted to use umbrella many days. I thought about it, especially with him, like taking a walk with him. Like I worried about him, so I thought about using the like a big ass umbrella, like a huge brolly for the golf. What do we call them players? Golf players. They have like a huge umbrella, right? I thought about buying it for him and me because it's getting too brutal, and also I worried about his eyes in summer, especially. So this year I just avoided taking a walk during the day, not so much. I prefer doing that in the evening or very early in the morning, so there's no strong sunlight. For me, I don't really care about the color of my skin tone, although I do prefer having lighter skin tone for myself because that's I don't know, I just prefer that. Can you blame people for having preferences like that black girl? I tried to find where she was from, but I don't know. I asked ChatGPT, I Googled, but the guess is she's African American, but I have no idea. But I saw the video. She's like criticizing Korean people for not getting enough tan in summer and using the sunblock and umbrella. What is wrong with that? And also on the video, there's a comment written by a black person. She said, I am from Nigeria and sometimes even I use umbrella because sun is too strong here. And I am also black just like you, but I still use sunblock to protect my skin. And sometimes I use umbrella, again, to protect myself. What is wrong with that? So this plonker some people just complain about everything and it's always about them. The life, everything going on this planet is always about them. It must be a full-time job because they complain 24/7. Must be a hard job. I'm okay with people criticizing Korea because it gives me a different angle to look at things, different perspective. I appreciate that, but this senseless criticism by a numpy, just don't like it at all. Oh God, just that some people just live to hate. It's quite sad. Moving on, I didn't want to give her too much time from my channel, but she's a plonker. Wow. Her life sounds fun. Being unhappy and blame everyone else for everything about her life. Like, whoa, good luck. Yesterday, I'm going to criticize something regarding Korea. So, Korea Herald. I follow Korea Herald, but I don't read Korea Herald because I can read Korean paper written by Korean journalists. I don't think Korea Herald is such a good paper, but at the same time, these days, I think the quality of the paper, the journalism in general, I think the quality has been they're not good paper anymore. In my opinion, they're not good papers to read anymore. Most of them became like tabloids. But I never thought Korea Herald was a good paper before. But again, I don't think Korea Herald is the only bad paper now because, as I said, everything else became tabloid as well. So, but I do follow Korea Herald on Instagram, and sometimes I read something that I missed from Korean papers. So I think it's good. Nothing wrong with the Korea Herald. And sometimes I see they do want to share something good for the people. But most of times they want to have like a clickbait style of news article. That's okay. As I said, everything else became tabloid, so there's nothing wrong with that. 2 days ago was Korean Liberation Day, 광복절, 2 days ago. And then on the 16th, the next day, Korea Herald screen captured Kim Kardashian's Instagram. Apparently, she came to Seoul. So Korea Herald wrote, Kim Kardashian visits Seoul with screen capture. It's like, okay, this piece of information is just so critical in my life. I felt like I had to write something there. So I wrote under the news of Korea Herald, I left a comment saying, Hi Kim, 알리부 어론. Yeah, so later on that day, like a few hours later, like 3 hours later or something, I opened up my Instagram one more time. And I noticed that my comment getting like a likes or some like a laughing replies. And I went back to the news article and I found out a lot of people are so angry about this gossip, celebrity gossip. So, okay, people saying, we don't care. That's understandable. It's celebrity gossip, but it's Korea Herald. So what do you expect? Someone saying, oh, this person is so toxic, we don't want her here. It's like, but does she bring like extra carbon in Korea? Like, why do you care so much? Like, she's gonna spend some money in Korea. It's a good thing for economy. And also she's a famous person, although I'm not a fan at all, by the way. She's gonna bring a lot of noise about Korea. It's like, oh, someone famous visits Korea and a lot of people follow her and they'll be exposed to the idea of Korea. And what's the harm in that? I don't think she will say anything bad about Korea either. So what's the big deal? Chill the hell out. And even someone even wrote that cancer is in Seoul now. It's like, I don't know. Like, so as I said, I'm not a fan and I don't care about Kim Kardashian. Obviously, like she matters so much to me personally. Like, wow. But like, why do you go too far to call someone a cancer just because you're not a fan? I don't recall her. I don't know, like doing something illegal or hurting other people. I don't know. Am I missing something here? Like, is she like such a villain? But that's not the point. Okay, so you can like or dislike her. Personally, Kim Kardashian, I don't give a toss. I don't care. This is the worst part of that news article. I think he was a Korean person. That person said, this is the Liberation Day of Korea. And did you really have to post a news article about Kim Kardashian being in Korea? Well, first of all, it was the 16th, not the 15th. So Liberation Day was the day before they posted Kim Kardashian's visit. Second of all, what's the big deal? What's the relation between Korea Liberation Day and some American celebrity come and visit here and spend a lot of money? I mean, what's the problem? What's the relation? I don't really see Korea being liberated from Japan and Kim Kardashian with a lot of Botox and plastic surgery with a lot of cash, dating multiple male personas in America, comes and visit here. Most likely she's gonna spend a lot of money here, which is good for the economy. I mean, what's the relation, first of all, and why is it a bad thing that she comes here? And also, what's the harm of Korea Herald, the tabloid? In my personal opinion, tabloid, talking about tabloid stuff, like they love posting like a K-pop bands or celebrities or Hollywood actors And now Kim Kardashian is in Korea, so what's wrong? And this Korean person wrote that, like Liberation Day, you have to do. So he's wrong about the Liberation Day because they posted the next day, and that comment got a lot of likes. So I was surprised. Like people are so uptight. And under that comment, there are a few foreigners. 2 black females replied, saying, "Yes, you're right." And the other person said, "I was going to write the same thing." It's like, really? Like, what's the... I don't know. So I was confused, like, what am I missing here? I shared that with my foreign friend in Korea. And she said, Koreans are always serious. And I agree with her. But Koreans are selectively serious, like, and also overly sensitive. I was thinking, this guy's asshole is so tight, I cannot even penetrate a needle in it. Like, so tight, so uptight. Like, these guys are so serious. Well, I don't know, like, because 15th of August is a Liberation Day of Korea. We cannot drink then. I shouldn't go to the gym. I should be sad and grateful at the same time, thinking about Korea 24/7. Like, I don't know, like, you cannot have snacks because it's Liberation Day of Korea. I don't understand. I don't really see the relation. Also, the people who are a little bit over proud of their country and culture, it's not really a good match for me. It's a bit too uptight. I don't have anybody like that around me, thank God. But imagining having someone like him around in my social circles, like, I don't think it sounds fun. Koreans are too uptight. Are we supposed to be like overly proud of our culture? And like I try to be bigger patriot myself, and maybe I should wear Korean flag every day. Just too tight. And me and my friend talking yesterday about this Korea Herald. Oh, Korea Herald, they deleted the post because the people got too angry. On the next day of Liberation Day, it's not even the same day. Even if it was the same day, I don't see anything wrong with that. Just the Korea Herald posting another celebrity gossip. Like, what's wrong with that? But they did remove the post. It's like, this is too much. And my friend kept on talking about this incident. Like, I called my friend, like, Korea Herald, they removed the post because people got so mad about Kim Kardashian being in Korea. Like, I mean, so removing the post from the Korea Herald page is gonna make Kim Kardashian leave Korea. I would rather have her in Korea as long as possible because she's gonna spend a lot of money here. It's good for us. And she's gonna post something about Korea, right? Then Korea is going to be exposed to many people all over the world. What's the harm in that? As I said, did she bring extra carbon here to pollute the air? And people calling her cancer is too much. And I wonder, like, on a personal level, people know her that well, like, so they know her so well that people call her cancer. I don't think I would call anybody cancer. That's just nasty. And also, she is like a famous person, so I think it's easy to hate. To be fair, I don't care about her. Just let's have that very clearly. And then me and my friend kept talking about Korea, people being overly sensitive. I use the expression Koreans being selectively sensitive usually. Koreans, in my opinion, they are always extreme. I had a very mixed feeling about Korea yesterday because of the Korea Herald post and the documentary on Netflix called Brothers Home. I'm not going to dwell on the issue of Brothers Home now, but you can watch the documentary or you can ask ChatGPT, briefly ask what happened. Well, okay, I talked a lot today, and by this time you're watching, I might be in Africa or I might be back. I had a very busy week preparing for Africa trip. I am very excited and I cannot wait to share my experience with you. I haven't even shared everything from France yet. Thank you for watching, and I'll come back with more episode. Bye.